Hello, you beautiful people. And James. Welcome back, guys. Today we bring you another new video, and it is another news article. And it isn't recent, it is back from like the 5th of January, but the title kind of spoke to me. It said, "You can't make it up, folks. I dare you to even try." So I was like, you know what? Stories were looking quite boring today. I'm going to go back to the past. And then we
There
have
we go.
this.
There we go. Good job. Hey, before we get
Mhm.
started, guys, introductions. My name is James, also known as Lost King James. To the right of me is Geo. Far off to the right is Bulldog.
Oh, I'm
All
on.
right.
And before we get started, guys, smash
Oh.
that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. We're trying to get to 10,000 and we can't do it without your help. We're trying to do it today.
I agree.
Thumbs up the video and don't forget that bell notification so you can stay tuned to what we release
There
every
you
day
go.
if possible.
All right. With all that out the way, let's go ahead and jump into this article. Okay. It is from Not the Bee. This is their website, I'm assuming, because we know their
Babylon
YouTube
Bee,
channel.
yeah,
Their
yeah.
YouTube channel is Babylon Bee. So, hitting it off strong. Man legally changed gender to gain custody of his kids. Trans groups are concerned.
Why? Y'all made the rules. Let us use them.
Hey,
Let us use them, damn it.
If y'all don't like the way this is going, guys, y'all might want to take a step back and realize what changing your gender can actually do. It's affecting
all
sports.
change to female.
It's affecting sports. It's affecting everything. So if you're able to change your gender, you could turn into another mother, which everyone knows mothers gets the upper hand in custody battles. All right, a cisgender man. Don't know what that is.
Oh, just. I really want to know.
I'll throw it up here. The
Gender.
definition of cisgender.
Thank you.
What the? Just basically means he's a man.
You damn right he a man.
Okay.
Literally.
Man.
So
He a
basically,
lady man.
why the fuck
Trying
would
to
you
win
put
his baby.
cisgender? Where the fuck's that come from? It's just it just says a man. It should be a man in Ecuador.
You better respect his pronouns. He's a cisgender man.
Fuck, it doesn't even make sense. Like, what?
He's only in.
Oh, but dude, that's actually
My nose
really
itches
annoyed
now.
me.
My
Like,
nose
it doesn't
itches.
even make sense. Like, what? So basically, we're cisgender males.
Wait, cisgender man. That
Oh,
means
don't
he's
call me no
cis man.
cisgender. Hey, anyways,
Cis
let
man.
me go ahead and jump back into this. All right, a cisgender man in Ecuador. It's in Ecuador, people. Legally changed his gender to female in an attempt to gain custody of his 2 daughters. But LGBTQ groups are concerned about the man's use of a law designed to promote transgender rights and what effect it could have in the future. You should be concerned because if you fight for the rights for men or anyone to change genders, you could change genders to work the system.
Yeah. It's like the thing is they're getting angry because people aren't using it the way that they want them to. No. You're opening floodgates. It's like you open a dam, you want a little bit of water to come through, but it's gonna fucking pour. You know what I mean?
Speak that truth, Bulldog.
Mhm.
Now, I want it to happen. I'm glad this is happening to slap them in the face. I mean, y'all stop doing that shit because it's gonna bite you in the ass, and it's happening right now. And I'm happy that it's doing it. And maybe this is all it took to stop this from happening. Keep it going. Hey, I'm changing it tomorrow. Huh?
Now, changing your gender is a big thing. When you do it for emotional reasons or mental reasons, that's one thing. If you're doing it to twist and tweak the law, you have to really think what it can do. Right? This goes for everyone. If you want to fight for gender changes, it goes all the way.
Yeah.
Can you
And
take
the
it
thing
back?
is, yeah, you can.
And
Because
I
you're
don't
only
wanna-
because that's the thing. The whole thing with transgender, because you're transgendering from male to female. Once you become obviously the male, that's when you're a man or a woman. That's when you've changed. Because when you're changing,
transitioning.
that's when that's why it's called
transitioning.
transgender. But
Yeah,
once it's complete, you're then a man or a female.
Absolutely.
Which is then I don't mind calling you a male because as long as like say
If you transition, you transition.
yeah, that's when I'll see you as that. But until it's there, then it's up to me what I would choose to call you, because
Absolutely.
I know someone that's done it.
But this is not even
Absolutely.
about the physical thing. This is just about identifying as a female, right? This is what it's about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
You
we
could
were just
identify.
saying how it's like.
Which is, can
how
you
it's-
identify yourself as a female one day in court, and then but the very next day, can you identify
Yes.
yourself
I'm
as
not
someone
sure.
else? Or
I'm
is it a
not sure the
process?
legal. I'm not sure the legal
Is it a
steps.
cool down?
that's-
You got a cool down on that. Is it a 30 day?
Got to refresh. Go
It's
ahead.
like an ability in a video game. And
Yeah,
you transit.
It's
and
like
then-
use it once.
No, it's a region transfer, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
is there a cooldown on
that's
that
true.
ability,
We
man?
don't know the legal. We don't know the legal part of it. Like, do you have to go to like a courthouse or something and like legally change it to male from and what do you have to prove? Like, do you have to prove that you're taking mental hormonal?
No.
Like, we don't know.
No.
We
It's
don't know.
identification, bro. It's the law, bro. All you have to do is say, "I am a woman now, man.
Now,
Yeah,
George,
I'm a hairy woman."
It's their job to prove it wrong, though. It's their job to prove you're not a woman. How can they?
But
Because you
who
say you're
can-
transitioning.
I was
they?
saying, do we know for a fact? Like, we don't know the steps it takes to change. We don't.
Well,
by,
let's have
by,
a, let's have
by law, right? You can just identify yourself as something, right? And they say, "Okay."
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what they're
I've seen
changing
it
it
happen all
to.
the time. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, really? They're afraid an opportunist fellow might use transgender laws to pretend to be a woman in order to give himself a positional advantage of some kind. Yes. Really? You mean this possibly? You mean it's possible that might happen?
What?
And then, of course, the laughing gift. Like, are you like? Of course, it's gonna happen. Of course, it's gonna happen.
I literally laughed.
The funniest thing is you can sort of understand where this guy's coming from. You can, because if he's losing his legal battle against a woman to win his kids, he's going to do anything he can to win them back. And
Exactly.
he was just,
Yeah, of course.
And that's what you call a real dad. Literally would chop his fucking dick off to get his kids.
now
Unless-
you got to remember
unless he
most
didn't
men
want
don't
his
even
kid.
most men don't even show up or even fight for their kids. He's
I
doing,
think that's bullshit, bro.
he's
I
dad
think
of the
every
year.
guy does.
He's
I think
dad of the
every
year.
guy does show up, but they just don't win.
Or it's just the bitch of the year against him. That you have to remember, he could just be a normal bloke, but she could be horrible.
Mm.
All right, here goes. I'm gonna attempt to do this name. Renee. Here goes the rest of the name. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce it. 47 told local media that the change was not related to his sexuality or identity, but rather that the Ecuadorian legal system gives preferable rights to mothers, which is true here as well, over fathers when it comes to custody of their children. Now, look, that happens here in the States. Mothers already start the fight 60 to 70% ahead. The men have to fight that much harder. We have to be damn near billionaires to take the kid from the mothers. The mothers could literally be selling drugs out their front door, and the system was like, "But it's their mother, yo."
Yeah.
So here we go.
Facts, man.
That's just how it is. I mean, it's like that everywhere. The law says that one who has the right is the woman. At this moment, I am female. At this moment, he's female. Now, I'm also a mom because you're female. That's how I consider myself. Salinas told Los Vaz de Tombamba.
Yeah. It sounded right, bro.
outside the civil registry office on December 30th in the city of
Cuenca.
There we go. Quote, I am very sure of my sexuality.
Oh.
What I have sought is that I want to be a mother so that I can also give the love and protection of a mother. Salinas Ramos alleged that his daughters live in an abusive environment with their mother and that he hasn't seen his children in over 5 months. What?
Yo, bro.
Yeah, stuff that, bro.
Sorry, man.
That's insane.
I read what you read. That's 3 his and he. I thought Ramos was a female.
Oh,
That's the
snap.
wrong pronouns in this article, right? He ain't gonna win that court case.
Well, maybe this is still the steps of him transitioning. Maybe he's still a man because he said at the top of the thing.
Oh,
remember,
yeah,
it was a cis. It was a
the cis, yeah.
yes.
The
So
cis, you can still use he and his.
you always have to take claims like this with a grain of salt. But if this fellow's kids are indeed in an abusive environment, quotes, you have to give him some credit for utilizing a ridiculous legal loophole to try to protect them. Absolutely, because if you can't win them the normal way, whatever normal may be, you have to take drastic steps to do this. And it sucks that you have to do stuff like this just to even have a foothold in the legal system.
You also have to remember that it is also still fully legal, though. So, like, even though it may be frowned upon, that don't fucking matter.
Look, let's get this one straight, man. I think all this is nonsense. I think a relationship should not be legalized anyways. If someone has a disagreement in their status of relationship, the court should not even be in their business, bro. Take it back in the back in the day. Hey, I don't love you anymore. So be it.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get y'all come to an agreement, which I'm gonna do with y'all's kid. The court system, judge system, don't have to do anything. Keep them out of it.
What you have to remember is the government has made marriage a business for themselves because they get paid for the marriage and then they get paid for the divorce.
Yes, they get paid on everything, and then child support comes in, they get a cut from that too.
Yeah, what you were saying, George, won't work ever, because if the government and everyone takes a step back from people's relationships and lives, if he wants his kids and the woman doesn't want to give them up and are literally keeping them from him, the steps he will have to take to do it will be physically. This won't work. He would have to actually go in there physically and snatch his kids from that environment, which will be.
He has every right to do so.
Yeah, he does.
He has every right to do so. That's his kid too.
You're not getting it.
If she ain't letting him,
you're not getting it. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. It will turn violent. It will turn violent.
And I agree. I see that. I understand what you're saying. If she is stopping him from seeing his kid, like she's saying no, and he ain't doing anything wrong, then he has to go get his kid.
Anyways, if you think that's gonna work, a man could just legally bust through the door and snatch the kids. That's you. It would never work in a million years. He'll go to prison for assault and all that. There is no agreement because he can't.
You think every father is that violent, bro?
It just won't work. It won't work. Nobody will. If humans could come into an agreement, nothing will ever have a problem.
Yeah, I do see where George is coming from, but then I also see where you're coming from. But I think George was mainly on about when that the government shouldn't like have anything to do with like your marriage. That like if you split up, then you should split up and then just sort shit out. Obviously, he's not on about you're allowed to go busted and beat the shit out of her and get your kids. Yeah, he ain't on about that. He's just on about the marriage thing.
I understand. I understand 100%.
You didn't.
But that is a double-edged sword. Now, hear me out. If the government or nobody has rights to interfere in a relationship, who is there to referee the rights between my kids and her kids if she's tripping? Like George said, it all relies on cooperation. That doesn't exist in this world. If you're the mother of your child says no, and you have no one to jump into, like you said, the government, like if I can't go to the courts and say, hey,
yeah, but we can't anyway. Like, what are you even on about, dude?
I know.
Like if the mum says no, she says no. Like, dude, we then have to go to court and fight our ass off and pay loads of money.
Well, if there is no courts to run to see your kid, how would you do it? How would you be able to do it?
What do you mean? Like, well, then you have to remember, women wouldn't be as bitchy because they wouldn't have the system on their side. So they'd be more agreeable.
Oh, so you think they're like that because of the system?
100%. They have the law on the back.
All right, like there you go.
Why do you think 4-foot woman will punch a 6-foot man in the face? Because they're allowed to. Because the man ain't going to beat the shit out of them back.
All right, like, y'all said it. Y'all literally think women are like this because of the system.
Let me just put this word in front of. I wish that the court system didn't get involved with the finances of the agreement, of the status, of the relationship. Hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. I want us to be happy. We move out. I will get my child this day. I'll pay for this and this and that. How about it? Okay, fine. think a breakup is going to be all aggressive and broken dishes and cuts and bruises. Every breakup is not like that.
No, that's just what
Every
films
breakup.
portray it as, man.
That's what people want us to believe. A disagreement of a relationship status is just a disagreement. The thought of child support in the back of a mind will make someone go crazy. Like, damn, I'm losing my kid. That means I'm going to prison because I don't want to pay child support. Now I gotta have visitation rights. I gotta have a justice system saying when I can see. It builds up anxiety because they know what happens afterwards. Point proven.
Okay. That's being clever and resourceful. Just the things that protective fathers should be. True. The man is apparently not wrong about Ecuadorian law. By the way, this form right here shows the law.
A British law form.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to click on it.
of course, Britain's in charge.
If the parties were unable to agree to child arrangements, the court will decide the matters. However, minor children are usually considered to be a primary responsibility of the mother and will live with her. That is true. As a result, the mother normally retains the rights to remain in the family home following divorce. Ooh.
Yep, facts.
At least until the children reach the age of 18. That's true pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. So the man, literally, if you've bought the house and your wife moved in, you get divorced, you literally get kicked out of your own fucking house.
Yep. Unless
You lose your children.
Okay, I think this is closing it.
Oh, they can still beat prenups as well. Sorry.
I think this is closing it. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Such a shame that transgender activists have to be so discomforted in this process. Okay, so going off of this situation, this is his last fighting chance. He has to. I'm pretty sure he hasn't seen his kids in 5 months. I'm pretty sure he's taken every other legal action that exists. So he's like,
that he can afford. You have to remember it's all about money. Like if he can't afford it, like dude, 5 months, dude, that's
going off this article, they didn't say anything about money. So he's saying that he has to just change into the mother since mothers have rights to their children. So he's gonna say, hey, I'm the mother as well. I'm no longer a father. I'm the mother. I have the same rights now.
Yeah.
Right. Who?
Scroll down. See, it's just the end of it.
Parent would keep their kids from another parent for 5 months. Like, are you planning on forever like keeping it going if he doesn't step in?
Loads of women used kids as weapons, mate. Like I have friends that are doing it. Like I know someone who's literally just yesterday won his court battle to be able to see his kid, and he's been fighting that for a year and a half, mate, without seeing your kid.
So is the woman planning on to never let their kids see their
till
father?
The kids are 18? Yeah.
Again?
Well, this one with my mate, and his daughter is, I think she's 8 now. So he's missed a year and a half of her life. So imagine that.
What's the point?
If y'all don't love each other,
if y'all don't love each other anymore, why punish each other with the child?
Exactly.
It's like that's not fair.
And it'll mess the kid up as well.
It will. It will. You're not even thinking about the child.
You're punishing the kids as well. If the kids love their father.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if he's a good dad, which it's like you don't go through this.
We'll only talk about good dads.
Yeah, good. No, the thing is, piece of shit dads won't go after their children, so they wouldn't be in this fight.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not talking about the fathers that don't want anything to do with their kid. Like,
because
hey, so be it.
There are them as well, but then there's also mums that don't want their kids, but will use them to hurt their partner, and they will treat the kid like shit.
So true.
All right.
Yep. It's on TikTok, bro. You see that?
This definitely hits home with all of us because we all have kids that go to a separate house. They're not here full time. Well, my situation, but you got to do what you got to do. If you're the man that wants to be in your kid's life, you got to do what you got to do to do it. And this guy right here, he chose to turn into the mother. We don't know how it's playing out. This is all that the article shown. So with that saying,
it goes well for him.